Why more buyers are thinking about building on their land. Why are so many people drawn to building on their own land in the first place? The appeal is obvious. People get tired of older homes that need a bunch of work. Small pieces of land where the neighbors just feel like they're right on top of you. Or a newer home in a subdivision where it feels like the backyard's not big enough for a grill and a couple of chairs. Building on your own piece of land can absolutely be worth it. Only if you truly understand what you're getting into before you run out and purchase a piece of land. Because these are the things that can make or break your budget. Does the piece of land already have access to utilities? Now, we're talking about power, water, sewer. So this is where people start thinking, well, that affordable lot that we thought we found, maybe it's not that affordable. Does it have access to city water, or is it gonna need a well? You're gonna need power when you build your house. Where's that coming from? Do you have a power pole on your property? Is there one within a few feet of your property line? Are you gonna have to get easements to have the power run to your property? Septic, soil, trees, runoff, drainage. Most of the areas where land is available, it's pretty rural. So when you're in a rural area, it's very unlikely that you're gonna have access to city water and city sewer. Septic systems can cost a lot of money. The best type of septic system you can get approved for, based on your soil analysis, is a conventional septic system. They're the most affordable. In the rural parts of southeastern Virginia, a lot of times you're gonna end up with a secondary system, or it could be a fully engineered septic system. If it's a fully engineered septic system, you could spend $30,000 or $40,000 having a septic system installed on the property. So let's talk about the land itself. Is it flat? A lot of elevation change? Is it heavily wooded? Is it holding water? All of these things are worth considering because some of those issues could transcend into big money to get them corrected. If you're buying a piece of property and the best home site is located far off of the road, you gotta think about driveway expense too. We generally figure in that if you find a piece of raw land and it's $50,000, we factor in all the infrastructure cost between $50,000 and $80,000. And that would include clearing, driveway, filter, fine grading, seeding, well, septic, all of these things. But we use that $50,000 to $80,000 as a really good rough number when people are looking for land. And some people are shocked because they don't think about those costs. They're thinking, wow, the land's $30,000. I mean, how much can it be to build? And that's why some pieces of land sit on the market for a very long time. It's not because people are missing it, it's because people like AB Homes have looked at that lot and we understand what the true cost to build out there could be. And in some cases, the lot's completely unbuildable. So let's talk about zoning and restrictions. Some pieces of property might be in an area where zoning regulations restrict what you can and can't do with the property. Sometimes there's deed restrictions recorded onto the property that tells you how big or small a house can be. There's also some properties out there that are in some areas where they restrict what type of siding, what color the siding can be, what color your door can be. If you're looking for a piece of land that's in a homeowners association, there's gonna be certain rules and restrictions, what you can and can't build, what type of materials can be used on the home, and that can add another layer of frustration and cost to your building project. So another thing that people don't think about is financing. If you're gonna buy your own piece of property, chances are you're gonna end up doing a construction loan. Those loans are very frustrating for people that aren't in the business of building homes. And it can also extend the time that it takes to build one. There's more money out of pocket typically. If you build a house in 6 months, you're gonna pay 6 months of interest, and the interest payment goes up based on the amount of money that you've taken out on the draw to build the house. In our experience, most people that do a construction to perm loan spend between 8 to 12 months building their home. That is a lot of money that you're paying in interest over that build period. And a lot of time lenders associate raw land with a higher risk. So when you purchase your land, you're gonna end up probably at a higher interest rate. And a lot of times they're gonna want more than 20% down. I know that there are some local lenders that do land loans that want as much as 40% down on that piece of land. That's why it's so important to talk to a builder and a lender really early on so you can kind of wrap your mind around the cost of doing this. So this is the point where people find out that maybe building on a piece of land is not as inexpensive as buying a resale home. You gotta weigh some of the things out. Is paying a little bit more worth getting exactly what you're looking for? The new homes are gonna be built to current code, they're gonna be super energy efficient, and you're not gonna second guess yourself about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. The fact is, at this point, you'd be building a home that fits your life. So a good builder is not just there to build your house. They're actually there to make sure that you don't make any mistakes when you're purchasing the piece of land to begin with. At AB Homes, we really encourage people people that are wanting to build their dream homes to get us involved early. If you know that you're going to do this and you're looking for a piece of land, call us. We would be more than happy to talk to you about your project, maybe do a little research on a piece of property that you're interested in before you go drop that money on that thing and find out that you're not getting what you think you're getting. I'm Dan Lawson with AV Homes, and if you are in the process of buying a piece of land, we'd love to talk to you. We'd love to help you through the process. We'd love to be a resource for you to answer any questions that you have, and we'd love to talk to you about your project.